Welcome, creators, to another episode of the
Creator
Creator
Show.
So this week we have a really, really special guest on this show. But let me just
I'm
introduce.
here.
Let me introduce who we have. So on this corner we have Master Shri Akashna.
Namaste to everybody.
And here we have Mr. Rajesh.
Yes, Rajesh.
Rajesh.
Rajesh. Do you know what I've noticed before?
What?
Before I introduce Svenja. Actually, hi Svenja. Thank you for coming on.
Man is the best host of these shows, you know.
Before I was talking to Kaina and Rajesh, I was like, I've noticed something in amongst these shows, and they were like, "Oh man, was it?" I was like, "I'll tell you on the show." All of our guests that we have comes on here, they're pretty much Indians.
Oh, okay.
Rebecca,
A lot of them, that's true.
Bria, who's that one? There's a few guests that
Aditi?
we've had. Yeah, Nitty, Sarah.
Oh,
We manifest a lot of Indians on these shows.
wow.
So
Every
Ooh.
the
guest-
creator shows, if you're Indian,
Ah.
then you're more likely to join us.
Oh, wow. Don't say that one. Huh?
So, yeah.
And those of you who aren't Indian yet, then maybe convert. Time to convert. Huh?
Maybe I think Indians have learned the way of or the art of manifesting faster.
Themselves here, yeah.
Maybe we should call it the Indian show. The creator show. So, yeah. So, how's everyone doing?
Very
how's life
good, and I think
treating
it's very nice to actually have Rajesh on the show. I was actually watching a video of yours. I was explaining yesterday on the call with Kaina, and like I actually find it very difficult to consume content because I find like I can't stay focused for that long. And so usually when I watch videos, I would skip from one part to the other part, but then you got me hooked all the way through your video. And I was like I couldn't stop watching it, and I was laughing all the way. We were laughing and we were saying, oh my God, this guy's so amazing.
What was it about?
Oh my God. It was about alive. What?
I mean, the idea was actually to say that go live if you are alive. So, and the idea was actually when you're actually going live, there is no going back. You have to have your natural flow of the information flowing out. So I made it a little bit humorous, but then at the end of the day, the point was to make sure that the people go live so that, they find their natural expression. That was the idea.
But that was really strong, because it's like at first we were laughing at it. We thought, I mean, a bit like, oh, this is really stupid, It's like really stupid, really cheesy. And then it's kind of like, man, we were sitting there, we said, but he's making sense.
The context game is really strong. That's why his context is really good.
It's really good.
Actually, before we go any further, is it okay if the viewers understand who Rajesh is? So, Rajesh,
Maybe you tell them.
Tell
even
us
I
who
don't know
are
who
you.
he is, so it'll be nice to know.
Thanks, man. Thanks, first of all, Master, for putting me on the show. It is such a great pleasure to be here and share the stage with you. And thanks, beautiful people. I'm Rajesh. I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been predominantly working in the project management in Dubai. And then I got into entrepreneurship. I set up pubs, and then I've got into venture capital, investing into the startup companies who are coming up with brilliant ideas. And then 2 years back, I went back to India after spending 13 years in Dubai.
Oh, wow.
Because my father was not well. So I have been, looking after my family business, which is into supermarkets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my journey so far in last 15 years. And so I've seen a lot of corporate towards entrepreneurship. So all my childhood, I was more into the entrepreneurial qualities because my dad is an entrepreneur. Right from his childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got into corporates.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized it is really very interesting, but you have a limit to the freedom of expression,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then I got back into entrepreneurship, and now I'm really enjoying it. Now I'm here with you. I manifested, so I don't know if I can call myself as a manifesting beast, applying your principles. So yeah, I'm here actually with entrepreneurial experience as well as a massive drive towards helping other entrepreneurs.
Beautiful.
So did you start by watching one of Master's videos on YouTube, or how did you find us?
This is actually a little bit funny, I would say, because most of the people go from one master to his master to his master. So I came to Master Sri Akashna from Grandmaster,
Oh, really?
who is his master. So yeah, that's true.
So what do you mean?
So
you
you
had
met
known
Grandmaster
about
first?
Grandmaster Aksha before?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would rather say both the things were going in parallel, I guess. So what happened was I know a person called Dan Warburton.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, yeah.
we met, I think, in one of the Tony Robbins event.
Oh, right. Okay.
And when I realized so many things I'm doing very well, but somehow on the physical side I was not that strong, I realized I think I should do some yoga, right? The moment I said, I saw Dan putting his, yoga poses from the Himalayas and all. Then I said, hey, Dan, at the time I was in Singapore. So I was
Oh, wow,
actually...
one full loop, one full circle, huh?
Yeah. Then I saw and then I said, hey, Dan, what are you doing? What is this? Then he said, I'm getting trained by Grandmaster. Then I said, okay, within less than a week, I confirmed that, okay, I'm coming. And then I was not that, I was not like a very, very yoga guy. I'm more into gym. I'm very good at...
You went to Himalayas?
No, I did not go to Himalayas.
Oh.
But when he was in Himalayas, I was following him. I realized, yes, I think I found Grandmaster. And immediately I called up Akshar Yoga and I said, I want to come. They said, when? I want to come, few days, 2-3 days. I'm coming from Singapore. I would like to come directly join. She said, yes, fine. I'll arrange it. And then it was done just like that.
So you went for training?
Yes.
In Bangalore? You're based in Bangalore?
No, I'm based in Vijayawada, which is capital for Andhra Pradesh in India.
Oh, okay.
That's my hometown.
Okay. And then from that training?
From that training, I realized I understood about you. Then I went through your videos. Then I realized I've been really strengthening on the body side, but I wanted to really work out on freedom lifestyle.
Yeah.
That hooked me into your program.
Oh, wow.
Because I've been working predominantly on brick and mortar kind of businesses where I'm very good at. I've opened businesses all across the world and then, venture capital, all that is fine. But somehow, that freedom lifestyle is what something was missing because I've been spending a lot of time in my business. So then I realized, okay, let me,
It's interesting, isn't it, how things come into, like, how things manifest. This is why I always tell people, I say that when you want to manifest something, it's not just about thinking about something and then suddenly, bam, you're there.
Yeah.
It's like the sequence is so odd and unpredictable that you don't even, like, it's weird how manifestation works. And I think that by you getting here now, it's an interesting thing because how I see you right now, even when I was watching the video the other day with Kaina, I said, he's a natural. Like he's a speaker. He's a speaker. He's humorous. He's so good. Like I would think that you've been doing videos all your life.
I just started only 2 weeks back.
Yeah, but it's so engaging and it's not an easy thing to do. So I think it's interesting because when I first started speaking, I felt it was a similar type of feeling where when I found it, I felt like I was supposed to be there all along. I don't know if you feel the same way now when you're doing videos and when you're getting the engagement. It's like, what was I doing for all these years,
Absolutely. In fact, I was telling my wife and my kid that, yes, this is something you should do it if you think, if it will keep you in natural flow, you should do it.
You should go live if you're alive.
Yes, you should go live if you're alive it's actually coming bottom of my heart because it's practically implementable topic where, going live, which is an easy thing just for anybody to click, but realization of they being in the flow can come only by going live because it's an easy feature, but then the impact is very, very profound. I mean, for me, it was because I was actually moving away from Facebook for quite a lot of time where I was reducing number of friends and all that.
And what's the reason behind that?
I was feeling that the content, the news feed, whatever news feed is there, is something which I really don't like at all. Pretty much negative content and all that. So I took almost like 1-2 weeks or 3 weeks, I think, where I eliminated the friends who do not
which
have
friends? What are the names?
Okay. I am trapped already, I guess. Deep enough. So I think the moment they're going to see this, I know for sure some of them will think, okay, this is reason why I was eliminated.
I was unfriended.
But then the moment I came to Wealth Yogi, I have started getting back into the flow of a newsfeed, which is exactly the way that I wanted to see. It could be powerful messages or it could be the videos of the people who are really going out of their comfort zone. This is pretty amazing. And then, as you said, now I could find my flow, which I shared actually. But yeah, probably in a little bit humorous way. But at the end of the day, objective is achieved for me. And I thought that should be applied to anybody who is kind of feeling shy.
What do you think it was? I mean, like now I see that it seems very natural for you to do these things. What do you think it was for all these years that kind of kept you doing something else, like, or being more hidden, let's say, in that sense? And I think it'll be very interesting to hear your perspective, because I think there's a lot of people out there a lot of people are still afraid of social media. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, I won't post this. Oh, don't want my kid on here. And everybody's scared of security and all this type of stuff. So,
Thanks for bringing such an important question. That brings me, I want to say that, I'm coming from a very, very humble background where my entire family had to work in my childhood to run the business. And that brought the kind of impact where I didn't like to go into social media. I traveled more than 21 countries, but hardly anybody knows because I don't even post where I am in. And I have ambitions to go to space, but I never posted. It is just that, like you said, right? Social media is kind of considered as, oh, very scary place. I don't want to share. What will happen if I fail? So when I kind of looked back into what has made me that kind of a shy boy or a little scary towards social media, I realized I have suppressed my freedom of expression to an extent where I have got 100 reasons to say that why I suppressed. And that is one of the things which I was actually working on. How was I when I was 6-year-old? I was like a freaking, like very, very happy, happy kid. Anything happens, just go there and, any game is there, you just go and play. On the other day, when you did that exercise in SPL, right? Embracing the younger kid, younger yourself, that made such a profound impact. And that led me to the realization that a village, coming from a very small village with that humble background, if he's able to talk like this, everybody can do it. But what has happened from, few months or couple of months before since I followed you to now is very, very simple. I'm able to express my thoughts very easily. I'm caring least bothered about the other person.
very nice.
And in fact, that is what I'm, not planning. We created something where we can bring the, all the parents into like kids and making kids into entrepreneurs. So that came through the realization that the moment you have the freedom of expression, you can do anything, because the moment you have the freedom of expression, what you're expressing is what you love. What you love, if it can be, useful for somebody else, that can be monetized. The moment you have the, entire loop covered, you're actually living a happy life.
Do you guys feel that some people are kind of like destined for this type of path, or kind of maybe they're naturally good on videos and things like that, or more expressive and want to get out there, and there's a different type of person? Or do you actually feel that everybody has this inner child that wants to break out and be loud and be whatever, be, all over and tell everybody everything, shout everything out, but it's just the confinement of society? And I'd like to ask Svenja that. It's because we actually had a chat about this recently about growing your social media, and you said, and what Svenja said to me was, actually, it's not really my thing. Growing Instagram, growing YouTube is not really my thing. If I can be behind the scenes doing the work, I'm happy.
I think everyone kind of has this second part inside of oneself, like that likes at least to try it one time and experience that public expression and maybe going live or but I also think that there's certainly like people who just won't enjoy it that much in the long run. And
do you feel there is anything? I mean, this is the question behind it, though, right? Is that, do you feel that if everybody, let's say, for example, there's a few things here. Number one, these things take practice to become better and better and better at it. If I give an example of if at the beginning of doing Facebook or even webinars or YouTube, when I used to have like 10 likes and 15 people tune in, it wasn't that enjoyable. It's kind of like, I'm not really enjoying it. The second thing is when let's say even with the 10 likes or the 15 people tune in, when you get 15 people tune in and you still get one person criticize you, it's kind of like, why do I put myself into that? So I think the question is, do you think that if people, number one, had a huge following, okay, had a lot of people listening to their message. Number two, they they became very good. I'm saying became very good because I don't think that it's all natural. I don't feel I was natural, right? They became very good, like extremely good at conveying messages. And number three, they didn't give a whatever about what other people's criticisms are. Do you think based on these three factors, it will pretty much determine that everybody would actually enjoy being out there? Or do you think there is still a different character saying, no, I'm good. I don't care what other people think. I love making a difference. And I've got a lot of following. But no, I don't like going out there.
I think personally, like all those scenarios work for each person in some cases. But I think like social media, especially with how the internet has been able to allow people to, express themselves and also be able to spread your message to more than, the people that you're around with physically. But I think like with social media, it's whether or not you want the attention or you don't want the attention, but you understand the importance of having that attention, whether it's for your business or whether, you're growing your personal brand. Like people understand the power of social media and also the internet. So
I have this. I don't know what you guys think about it. I think this is a really beautiful topic to talk about. But I feel like personally, I feel fear will be the only thing. There is an element there that will justify whether one wants to fully commit to that or come back slightly. And I'm saying that because even the people who, let's say, they don't want to do social media, I see them they still post something once in a while for their friends or for their family. And when you post for friends and family, I feel that there's no such thing as an action without a reaction. Yeah. Like we do things because we want something. I mean, there's no point in posting something if you don't want somebody to like it or say, hey, that's a nice photo, right? Or, oh, I remember that time, it's really happy or something. You want some sort of reaction. So I feel like whether this is true or not is down to what you guys, make of it. But I feel that maybe it is that way because people are just like, there's so many things, right? Well, nobody will watch, then it loses meaning, right? Not good enough on video loses a bit of meaning also, and are fearful of judgment. The odd negative thing, fearful again, or fearful of even the people who are. I mean, I remember recently we were out shopping, and Chibario was actually just getting an Insta story. So she had her phone out, and we were just out shopping. She got her phone out. The moment she got her phone out, the person at the cashier was like, "I hope you're not filming me. Oh, wow. Where are you posting that? Can you delete that, please?" And it's like. It's like, wow. It's like, even if you were caught on camera, who's going to ever know who you are and what will ever happen to you and where you live and what you do and who are you to need to be so afraid? But we live in a very interesting world today. And I feel that that's why I'm saying, and this is a question, is the thing actually an element of fear somewhere there? Is there this inner child that everybody wants total freedom of expression? Or is it actually true that there's just two different personalities and,
I think it has got a lot to do with the fear. And again, fear is not owned by anyone. It is injected right from the childhood. Yeah. People inject the fear, like we say it, I used to really go for bicycling. And the biggest fear that was given to me was you will fall down. It is not that you will go fast is one perception, right? Any destination you want to go. But then somehow my freedom of expression pushed me to a direction where you can still go, fall down, but still you can go, right? So when they keep on injecting this fear called, even my father, till date, when I was actually buying my last car, I was buying a BMW car, then in Dubai. So then I asked my dad, see, hey, I'm buying this, you have, he said on one thing, make sure that you will not go, below that standard again. Means it's a kind of a fear which says, okay, am I supposed to buy a car and enjoy myself, or to think, what if I lose some money, what I have, be it in my account or wherever it is. The fear is where it is telling that before doing something, the fear is being generally injected, right? So if we can stop that from the parenting itself, for the future generation, we are going to do a big deal of favor. That's what I think, because fear is injected in every single situation. Now I have a kid. At our home, in fact, we all actually demand the same respect. And then if somebody shouts, whoever shouts and whoever it may be, they go and say, I'm sorry. So there is nothing called fear from a father to a daughter. So if we can inculcate, like you said, the freedom of expression will naturally evolve. It is just that people are pretty much.
But the question here is it that some people just want to express less? You see, I think that this is, or do you think the reason for people expressing less is because there's some fear there? That's the question. And I think this is a good question actually for these two on this side, because, well, first of all, obviously I'm a social media influencer. I'm putting out so much content. You're all fresh to this and you're blasting it out like crazy every single day now. And then these two, obviously you've been part of the journey, you've been observing the journey, but it's not like you've decided, hey, I want to be total active and get my stuff out there. So, I think it'll be nice to...
I think, like, for me, I mean, if I would be like more natural on camera, I know I would enjoy it more, for sure. But then still, like, it's a question of, you can only do like so much, and I don't really like, then it becomes just a question of prioritization on and then I am asking myself, so what is most efficient also? Like, does it make sense to put so much effort in something to become good at something? Or are my natural talents somewhere else, and it makes more sense to building that? Then I wonder, like, so the question I am asking myself then is, where does universe require my service, and where can I actually impact most with also my natural talents? And I still definitely wanna work on freedom of expression and communication, but I can also do that in my in-person leadership area, not necessarily on social media.
Yeah, I really like what you said there, because those of you who don't know, Svenja actually runs the whole operation side and one of our directors of the Wealth Yogi certification program. And there's so many things that need to be done behind the scenes. And I think one really important point that was said there, because when you see Svenja, when she's doing certain videos and things like that, I mean, she'll do whatever needs to be done. She'll do it. So there's not like fear there. But what's really true about this is about understanding in terms of productivity, in terms of the result that you want. For example, the result that you want is to serve more people in the world, and then knowing who you are, what you're good at, and by playing which position, it'll probably be a lot more effective. Right? In the same sense that I love editing videos. I love photography. I love filming. But I had to make a similar type of choice, is that I'm not going to put myself sat behind the desk editing and filming and things like that every day, because it's very time consuming. Yeah. And I know that if somebody else could do that, and I could just be in front of the camera, because that is my skill right now, which is strong. And I feel it'd be more productive by me commanding the ship and getting more done that way. So I think that's a very, very important point to make. And I think that a lot of people who are listening right now, a lot of the time, I feel that people, they kind of, especially when they go into business, they try to do every part. Yeah. And they try to get good at every part. And I think the real key is about leverage. Yeah. But not to disregard, and this is what Svenja was saying just there, is not to disregard that, hey, the progression, the self-development is still there, meaning that we're always becoming a better communicator, a better leader, a better, and then things will come through time and things will evolve. And so our positioning may even shift through time.
Yeah. I really like what you said there, because it's not about, playing every single part really well. It's about understanding those parts to a certain extent, and then being able to leverage, people who really enjoyed those aspects in business. But in regards to like the social media, like personally, whenever I post things, like back in the day,
food,
like
just post food all the time.
I had a period in my life where I really, made a commitment. I was like, I'm gonna post at least once every single day. And when I was thinking about
that was what was that? The one-man show, was it?
one man show, yeah, do you remember that?
The one-man show. Yeah.
I did an interview with Master ages ago, and yeah.
The one-man show lasted for 1 day.
Yeah, so I made a commitment. I was like, I'm going to post every single day on social media to put myself out there. And recently I've been reading this book about Split the Difference. It's
About what?
It's called Split the Difference by
Okay.
Chris Voss. He was an ex-FBI cop.
You read books?
Apparently.
reads-
And what he identified was really interesting. So as a human emotion, there's probably more than two levels of projecting your emotions. First level is fabricated emotions. So it's about, you know, the perceived emotion that you're projecting. So for example, if you feel like your fear is non-existent, that's how you project, or that's how people think. But there's a second level, it's deeper. It's actually, oh, maybe there is a fear, that's why it's stopping me, but I'm not going to tell it because I don't want that projection on me. So it's really interesting. Once you find really the deep level of a person's emotions or subconscious, then you can start pulling out the weeds. And then, like what you said before, the freedom of expression.
Yeah.
Fear kicks in. You know, all these different emotions starts kicking in. That's why certain people have, you know, things that they're holding back or things that they don't want to reveal. So that's probably the reason why, you know, some people don't like posting on social media, because, you know, they're hiding certain things that they don't want other people to see. But for example, like when you post something on social media, like what's the things that you like posting? Something that makes you feel good, something that's inspiring so other people can also get inspired, but also something that you're really happy about. So, you know, all these factors come in, but it's just really digging deep into.
I think that's true for our tribe.
Yeah.
But then there's also other people who post other things. I think people just want reaction,
I think so.
right? People just want reaction. I mean, there's people who post negativity every single day,
Yes.
and they really enjoy it. I seen somebody post a very negative post the other day, and it's not like they're not a hater or a negative person. It's just actually because of the whole situation that's happening right now. They post a lot of negative things, emotions that's happening in their life, and then I just seen their feed. It's not even an influencer. It's just a random guy, you know. And he has more engagement on that than any of my posts. And I'm just like, wow. But all of them were just everybody else resonating with all the pain and all the problems and all the challenges, and then just sharing their story. And it's very interesting because I think people post on there just to everyone is taking action for reaction is what I'm saying. I feel that is why we do it, right?
The other day when I put in, there was a challenge which we put in, because now that there is so much of negativity around, we thought we will put a challenge called MSMP, My Smile, My Power Challenge. So
Nice, very nice.
one side smiling and the other side not smiling. So obviously, you know, any person will choose the smiling photo, right? So as you said, there are so many people who have said, all right, in our group, when I said, you know, our creator circle group, I put it in another group, which is also a conscious group, conscious people, right? I don't want to name it, but then, yeah, in that group.
Which group?
Yeah, I need to be very careful because this is going to go live. You know, the first sentence is, are you crazy? Where is the distance? Because there are few people in the photo, right? So one side of the photo is without any smile, the other side is smile. So encouraging, build the positivity and then spread across. So you take the challenge and tag 3 more people. So people have started saying, are you crazy? You know, better go inside or stay home, you know.
How did you feel?
I felt a little bad. And then, you know,
How long did it? No, seriously though. How long did it? What was it? What was happening? Yeah, I think this is very important because this happens
crazy
to everyone.
fellows, I mean, I'm trying to say, you know, I say, okay, hey guys, you are in negative mode. If you want to get to the positive mood, there is a tool here. You use it. Instead of that, they're looking at the government rules. Yes, of course, you need to take care of the, you know, kind of your rules and all that. But the entire core message is gone because of negativity. Somebody really want to project the negativity, and then it has a lot of engagement.
And so what did you do? Did you delete the post?
You want me to tell you the truth?
I think we should send Rajesh to every single hater out there. Should send Rajesh, deal with them. Okay. So
yeah, please.
Yeah, carry on.
What did you do?
So one, I actually kind of sent a message saying there is a kind of a little bit old photo I said, because it was just pretty close to that lockdown, before lockdown. So then I decided, why should I even say anything? You know, I wrote the comment saying that, okay, it is a little older photo. Look at the, you know, objective of the message is actually to spread the positivity that can help us in this kind of a situation. Then I deleted Because in the truth, it is not an old photo. It is a new photo. This is there. So if you're spreading negativity, it's up to you. Then I said, thank you for your perception, or thank you for sharing your opinion. And then I just moved on.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. Because that's how I think it's a very important thing, because when it comes to posting more on social media, it will happen, and it'll happen more and more. And especially now you're just starting this journey and putting more out there. Actually, it's going to happen more and more. And it becomes actually a really, really big topic, because there's a lot of YouTubers who actually commit suicide.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It happens all the time. So YouTube have their community watch and things like that, where they help people like that. They send coaches out to actually help people deal with, because there's a lot of YouTubers who deal with depression because they get cyberbullied and a lot of different things. I believe Michelle Phan had maybe 10 million, I can't remember, subscribers, and she stopped as well for that reason. It was very inspiring what she was putting out, but it's interesting how the mind works. And this is what I was saying on the call yesterday, is that we can read 1,000 comments, and then that one comment that says you're fake, and then you're kind of like, it's like, it's like, and that kind of like, it's like your day is just like, whoa, what's going on? Everybody say, thank you for changing my life. But that one comment, just like, you're just like, oh, what's happening, And it does that. But I think that, and I really like how when Grandmaster was doing all this training, he always says, build up, be powerful. Strength. Because that's what's needed to actually put positivity out there. And I said this on the call yesterday. I said that it's actually much, much easier to be negative than to be positive. If you think about why is it everyone complains, because actually to think of the solution is so much harder, right? To think positive during a challenging time is so much harder than bitching and moaning about the negativity.
And also the tribe is very big.
Yeah. The tribe. Yeah. You have all your fans coming. Yeah, I agree with you. And then, so I think that for anybody who's thinking about, really getting yourself out there, you have to have courage. You have to be strong enough. And don't let other people talk you down. Don't let other people tell you, that you are on or aren't or whatever, something that isn't true. If it's not true to you, then just allow them to be. And I think that's a very important thing, is not fight it. Because a lot of time when we start fighting it, then it keeps fighting back. Instead, just let them be, agree. It's okay. Yeah, you're right. Right. When I say you're right, then people are like, oh, they've got nothing to say, because it's like, he's agreeing with me. What should I do? And so I think that if you're going to go out, you're going to put that stuff out, and you're going to grow a channel, the more people you inspire, that side will always come in. So stay strong, keep spreading positivity, keep the head up high, and don't let other people affect your day like that. And while you practice, and this is a practice, because the more you practice it, the more time goes by, and the more times you do it, actually it becomes a time where you don't feel it anymore. Like at a stage now, it just doesn't do anything to me anymore.
In fact, I felt a little bit bad when that lady from that group, she found my profile, or she clicked on my profile. It is there also on my profile, right? Because there are so many positive comments. She said, she put the same message there, and she came and she
copy
came
and
into my profile.
She found you.
She found me, and
They
then
make
because
effort.
She's putting so much of effort to create that block somewhere.
Haters make a lot more effort than positivity. I seen yesterday. I was on YouTube, and I seen there was a post saying that US is suing. I don't know if you've seen, suing China for how many $30 trillion or something like that, for the virus, right? And oh my God, the comments, like there's like 1 million comments on it, and all hating on China and saying, yes, they should be sued more, they should be fined more. And it's like, wow. Like, they put so much effort in, and they keep going back to comment and recomment every single day. And it's like how, like, haters have so much motivation. It would be so nice if positive people had so much motivation, right? A lot of positive people are just like, it's okay, just go hug trees, okay, just relax, meditate, But imagine if positive people had the determination that haters had. It would be so, like, the world would be very different.
Yeah, and I think just to wrap up here, one thing to take out this video is, if you are someone who wants to spread out positivity and what you want to share is of good value, take the courage, just like what Master said. So that wraps up for this week's episode. If you do like the video, please give us a thumbs up. That will help support the channel. Also be able to give us more videos out there so that we can share the message. Also, thank you, Master, and also
Thank
Rajesh
you.
for
Thank
being on
you.
the show. If you haven't already done so and you're new to this channel, please make sure to click that subscribe button. And if you want to click on that little bell sign up next to it, that will give you notifications when new videos release. So hope you guys enjoyed this week. Please make sure to comment if you've learned anything or if you want to, spread positivity as well on this channel. So yeah, namaste everyone, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.